Hello everyone and welcome back to Make Your Mind. This is the second of my two-part Saturday sculpture showcases. Let me clean that off real quick. There we go. Thank you all for tuning in. I know the last one that I put up, if you missed that last one, I was making actually this right here, which is Rexy from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. So if you want to go check out my full video on that, click this link right up here if you don't mind, and go check it out. But before you go, let's check out this premiere, shall we? So this one, I did a little bit of a preview before, well actually I teased it a little bit, because I had already finished it. I didn't actually, I totally forgot to record me in the process of making it, so there won't be any behind the scenes features for this one. But if you want to see more behind the scenes features of some of my other sculptures, just leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. What do you think about the behind the scenes? I did it for my Atlas and Peabody, which if you want to click that, just go ahead and click that there. And let's begin, shall we? So for those of you who are fans of the show Stranger Things, you're going to recognize this immediately. Oh, you guys are not ready for this one. Meet the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. The interdimensional teleporting predator from the Upside Down. A creature that was a true terror, especially for Eleven and especially for all of her friends. And the name Demogorgon actually comes from Dungeons and Dragons, believe it or not. It's actually the name of a demon that is actually played in the game. And I've played a little bit of D&D in my day. I actually had a dwarf bard that was the sort of character that I played as in a couple of D&D matches with a couple of friends of mine. That was fun. And we never went against the Demogorgon, but I certainly wouldn't want to go against this one. As you can see, the coloration of the Demogorgon is just ghastly for the most part, a mix of sort of gray and this sort of ghastly green. It has these two clawed toes that helps it to run at great speeds, and it also can run on all four of its limbs, its arms and legs combined. And it has this sort of almost, I guess you could say, anorexic appearance. It's very skinny with the sort of exposed ribs like I have right here, and the exposed shoulders and the collarbones here that sort of peer through the skin. And then it has these clawed hands. Ooh, sorry. Just that claw back. There we go. So it's got that claw there. And then, of course, the main feature, the head. The flower petal of death, as what that best can be described as. It has all of those teeth. And it is just the most insane looking thing. And just to see the backstory of this creature, the way it was designed. And there's a bunch of special features on both Netflix and also on YouTube. And eventually, spoiler alert, the Demogorgon gets defeated by Eleven with her telekinetic abilities. So I know I kind of spoiled that if you haven't seen it, but the show's been around for a while. Come on, you can actually look up that scene on YouTube if you want to be spoiled ahead of time. But it's a fantastic show, and there's a couple of other creatures from the Stranger Things show that if you would like to see me do more creatures from Stranger Things, please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys want to see more sculptures from Stranger Things. I know I already announced that I'll be doing the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor for my next premiere, but I could add a few more. And all I need is your feedback. Just let me know down below. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more Stranger Things sculptures. Because this one was a lot of fun to make, especially the flower petal head. That was difficult. Yeah, there it is from the back. As you can see, I got the sort of spine that goes up to the back of the head. Got the legs like that. And this thing was essentially, it was first found by Eleven in the interdimensional reality, basically called the Upside Down, if you haven't seen the show. And the creature was feeding on something, and 11 basically tapped its back, and it turned around and tried to attack her, and she was able to escape. And then this creature basically tore a hole through inner space-time, essentially like Doctor Strange style, and basically was able to then travel in between both the Upside Down and the world as we know it. And it was quite an incredible thing, just the whole design and the sort of just sheer dread this creature, that if it was even close by, and the way that it was able to basically teleport between dimensions and could appear essentially anywhere. And you could always tell where it came from, because the portals that it would tear through, they wouldn't last forever. They eventually would close up. But there would be this mucus and this sort of like tendrils and slime that would be around. And it's just one of the coolest and just one of the most dreadful looking things. I mean, could you imagine seeing that come at you? I don't even know what I would do if this thing were to come at me. And, I mean, the only thing that could defeat it was telekinesis, which I know I don't have, so... But, man, the Demogorgon, this thing was such a monster. But here's a little bit of a background of the actual Demogorgon itself. So the Demogorgon is the nickname of the otherwise unnamed monster and one of the two main antagonists in the first season of the Netflix original series Stranger Things, which, of course... It is a creature that hails from the parallel dimension reminiscent to the dark reflection of the world, also known as the Upside Down. It has the ability to create doors in other dimensions and feed on inhabitants from there. And it was sent by the Mind Flayer to kidnap Will Byers, one of the characters in the show. Now, the Mind Flayer, that thing is insane. And if you want me to make the Mind Flayer, just leave a comment down below. Leave a comment that just says, do it. If you leave a comment that says that, I'll make the Mind Flayer, because that thing is truly insane. It reminds me a lot of the sculpture that I did a couple of weeks back, I was doing SCPs, and I did SCP-682. If you want to check out that sculpture, click the link right up here, where I did SCP-682. I've done a couple of SCPs. I did 07, I didn't do 079, but I did 049, I did 035, I did 457, I also did, which are the ones that I do? I'm actually looking at them right now. Oh yeah, I did both versions of SCP-173, and I also did SCP-682, and I also did SCP-086, excuse me, 096, the Shy Guy. I did a bunch of those. If you want to check those out, they're all on my channel, so just go back and check them out. I did a bunch of the SCPs, and man, if this thing would definitely classify as an SCP, my gosh. I mean, what kind of containment procedures could you do with this? Because it's like SCP-106, where it's able to travel through dimensions, and it leaves the sort of slime behind, kind of like the sludge and decay. And of course, like, this is basically like a, I don't know, it's a lot like SCP-106. I actually did make 106, the old man. It reminds me a lot of, this is basically like a combination of the shark from Jaws and a flower and SCP-106. That's the best way I could describe it. But here's a couple more details. So nothing is known about the origins of the Demogorgon or its home, but it was discovered by an enhanced child named 11, main character of the show, whose abilities were originally utilized by Dr. Brenner for espionage. During her encounter with the Demogorgon, 11 touched it, and the creature to use her contact with it to build a gate to the reality she knew. So essentially, just upon contact, literally all 11 did was touch it. And the Demogorgon was able to figure out where it came from, and then was able to figure out which dimension 11 came from, and was able to create a door in order to actually pursue basically its prey, going from the Upside Down back to the real world and then coming back again. Quite an incredible thing. During this time, it takes a child, Will Byers, it takes the child, Will Byers, to its dimension to feed on him, but Will escapes from it and hides from it within the Upside Down. So essentially he gets trapped there. As Will's friends and family look for him, 11 secretly joins the search and helps them to get clues about the whereabouts of Will. Meanwhile, Dr. Martin Brenner attempts to issue several cover-ups to prevent knowledge about the Demogorgon threat. Yeah, and it doesn't work so well. I'll just say that when it comes to the show. But yeah, that is essentially a little bit of the Demogorgon, the main antagonist and the main threat in Stranger Things Season 1. Quite a fascinating show that is. Definitely in the realm of science fiction, right where I love that kind of stuff. It's so fascinating to me. But with that, that concludes the video. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to leave a like down below, and remember to subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, so you don't miss the next video. Like I said, for the next premiere, I'm going to be doing the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor, but if you want to see more sculptures from Stranger Things, leave a comment down below that just says, do it. If you do that for me, hell, you can even leave just one comment. Well, if I am going to do another sculpture for Stranger Things, I'm more than likely going to do the Mind Flayer. Just because that thing is it's so crazy. It is one of the craziest looking things. If you don't know what it is, just look up a picture of it, or you can just stay tuned. I'll put out that sculpture soon enough. Oh, hell. Whether you leave a comment or not, I'm going to do it anyway. This is my channel. So, with that, thank you so much for watching. And I will see all of you on the next Saturday evening sculpture showcase.